So first of all, let us talk about the BBL chef that went trending because of allegations made on Stefon Diggs. And this is what she had to say. She decided to release a statement, and she said, "I am publicly speaking now to address false information that has been shared publicly. I am a professional chef with over 10 years of experience working with public figures and in the sports industry. My reputation and integrity matter deeply to me. Claims that I engaged in settlement discussions are not true. I have never sought money nor engaged in settlement discussions to settle this matter. Statements suggesting otherwise are harmful and untrue. As a survivor of DV, I take these matters extremely serious, and I would never make false claims for personal gain or to damage someone's reputation. I didn't seek public attention and reported this matter through the proper legal channels. This is an active criminal matter, and I will continue to respect the legal process. I will not engage in rumors, personal attacks, or respond to misinformation on social media. And I ask others to refrain from spreading false narratives. My focus is on healing my work and moving forward with integrity. I trust the legal process to address the facts, and I hope anyone following this matter will do the same. Miller Adams. And together with that, she also wrote the caption, and I will read: "Speaking the truth, please read. I am addressing false information that has been shared publicly. My full statement is above. Thank you for respecting the legal process and the truth." And so I basically feel like those rumors that were circulating, they were meant to discredit her because oftentimes, for some reason, if somebody engages in settlement discussions and stuff like that, a lot of people are quick to turn to say that, oh, she is exploiting her own trauma for money. We've seen that happening with a lot of DV victims or even a lot of SA victims. People are quick to say that once they agree to a settlement, it means that, well, their situation or their experience wasn't really true. We saw the same happening with the Shannon Chap situation, because people were like, okay, she was just in there for a quick buck, because apparently you're not supposed to get anything from any situation or any trauma that you would have gotten into. The same thing with Cassie as well. And I do believe that those rumors were circulated strategically in order to buy him enough time so that he can, go through with his Super Bowl with less public scrutiny. Because let's be honest, there are a lot of allegations surrounding this man, and at some point, people were really advocating for his team to do something about it, or for the NFL to do something about it. So I believe that that was damage control on their end. They just wanted him to go through the final game without so much media, coverage and stuff like that. In a negative way. So let me know in the comment section, you guys. Do you believe this chef, or do you think that everybody who has allegations against this man is lying on him? And speaking of the same man, it seems like he made his first public appearance after the loss. When he was appearing court case because of allegations of assault, allegations of this and that. And at this point, I'm just looking at this man and I'm like, what is going on with him? And he allegedly pled not guilty, and he was given a date for April. So let me know in the comment section what you think about all of this. Why do you think that a person would want to entangle themselves with someone who has such a reputation? Do you look at this as an upgrade when we look at him and Offset, or what exactly do you think? Because yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about say John, the artist, the makeup artist, Beyonce's makeup artist. It seems like now he decided to play victim. Now he's going around crying that Babs are harassing him and D threats and stuff like that. And it's a pattern with these people. It's like they provoke and lie on Nicki Minaj, and for some reason they will be waiting for her or her fans to say something. And this man literally went on an interview and spoke as if he had the facts. And when asked further about how do you know about these things that you're accusing this woman, it was he said, she said, and I'm just like, where do people get this audacity? It's almost like they want to provoke a reaction out of her so that they can go around crying. And since he wasn't able to get a reaction out of Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj decided to pay him dust, guess what? He's now running around talking about the Babs have been flooding me, D threats, or I carry, or this and that. And I'm just like, oh, that for what? For an artist that you've never worked with. That's the part that I fail to understand, because if you were saying that, well, I feel this way because I've seen it firsthand, I would understand that maybe he's advocating for something. But there's no fix whatsoever. The so called artists, none of them are even coming to the front to say this. Do you see how crazy it is that someone can literally just go on a platform, not name one name of the person who experienced such a thing, and literally just say Nicki Minaj did this because someone close to me told me this? Who is that someone close to you? And people will run with it. But let it be another person, let it be another celebrity, you guys will be asking for receipts. And it seems like they all have the same playbook, because it's come for Nicki, and then turn around and be the victim and accuse the Babs of sending death threats to you. The same playbook with that girl that I said, the Claudia Jordan. She did the same thing. And the funny thing is, when they are talking about Nicki Minaj, they'll be like, I want all the smoke. I don't care about the Babs. Oh my God, I don't care about them. I don't care about her. I am so brave. Look at me. I can hate more Nicki Minaj with no consequence. I can do whatever I want to do. They really make it seem like they are the villains, and, they are not scared of anyone, and then turn around and they start to play victim. It's like at this point, they must have an obsession by wanting to be a victim of Nicki Minaj. Like, you cannot tell me that this is not weird. Because truly, if you're as brave and bold as you say, why do you then all of a sudden turn around and play victim? And now you're playing victim to a fan base. You're not even playing victim to the celebrity that you were trying to poke. Like, and you want Nicki Minaj to be accountable for whatever the Babs are doing. She's not the one who's screaming to her fans and encouraging V word. She's not the one who's screaming to her fans, encouraging to jump people. She's not the one doing that. But somehow they feel like once they say the Babs did this to me, people will look at Nicki Minaj and start blaming her for that. No, it's people who are tired of you guys feeling like you can just lie on her and have no consequences. And they try to make it seem like the Babs are crazy because they want to be able to come for Nicki Minaj and to do anything they want without being questioned, without any consequences. And that's exactly what the Babs are saying. You will not do that. And once they realize the Babs will not let them do that, that's what frustrates them. And that's why you see that there is conscious effort to destabilize the fan base. It's because the Babs mess with their ways. The Babs interfere when they try to get away with just doing anything to Nicki Minaj. And that's why, in as much as I do not like, I'm not for the Republican Party. I've said this on this channel before. But when I look at how hard they are swinging for Nicki Minaj, whether they're doing it because they're getting something out of it or not, I personally look at that and I smile. Because that's exactly what the other side doesn't want. That's exactly what Brother Billionaire and the Title Swindler do not want. That's why you see that he wants to have anyone who has any sort of voice on his side so that she's alienated, she's by herself, isolated, and people look at her like the outcast. And they are not able to do that because she knows she has a community with her fans. And that's why you see the effort to demonize the Babs, to paint them as crazy, to paint them as this, to provoke them. And when they react, you act like, oh my God, these people are so delusional. It was just interesting to see the switch between him acting like he's untouchable, he doesn't care about what the Babs have to say, and then for him to come and announce. Because what was the point of you announcing that you're getting threats from the Babs when you said previously you don't care about the Babs? So why are you announcing it to the people? It's like they are hoping they can shame the Babs into silence, the same way they were hoping to shame Nicki Minaj into silence. And it's not working, and it is driving them nuts. Because she refused. Now I actually understand why sometimes we don't understand why she continues to talk, even when we know that they will try to spin the media headlines and paint her a certain way and lie and twist her words. I used to wonder why she just doesn't, comment on certain things and let them do whatever. But now I actually understand that that's exactly what they want. They know that their narratives will thrive no if she doesn't speak, if she doesn't address anything. And that's the same tactic they're trying to use to provoke the Babs. Because you provoke them and then you say, oh, threats, this and that, hoping that maybe they will say, no, 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 no. As long as you continue to come for a woman you have never crossed paths with, the Babs will be on your case. The audacity of grown men wanting to continuously harass and, bother a woman with no consequences is insane to me. It's appalling to me. The entitlement, the audacity, the delusion of it all. Like, how are you mad that people will not allow you to come for a woman that you've never worked with unprovoked? How are you mad that people will hold you accountable for that? Let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Speaking about fans and fan bases, it seems like the fans at the drama tour are being fed by drama left, right, and center. Between the knockoff and Timo versions of the Renaissance tour outfits, and of course the tumbling down on the chairs, I really don't know what I should start talking about. Okay, maybe let's start with the stage fall. It seems like she took a heavy tumble actually on stage when she was performing, and I'm kind of noticing that her tumbles have got a specific angle. It's almost like she's always falling the same way on her back, and this is it has happened twice now in a week or in 2 weeks, in less than 2 weeks actually, and so I don't know, is it just an instance of, no more falling on stage because artists do fall on stage all the time when performing. But with her, I'm like, is it too heavy for her behind? Is the behind too heavy? What's going on? Because it's the same way of falling. Eh, But I would give it to her. She did play it off nicely, because the dancers were there dancing on top of her or like above her and stuff like that. And, they were able to get her up and, she continued to perform. But at this point, I'm like, if the junk behind you is way too heavy, I mean, there's now a trend of the skinny is in right now. So maybe I don't know. But anyway, that being said, let me know in the comment section. Did you see the tumble? And what do you think is going on with their balance? Because literally, in less than 2 weeks, twice, it has to be questionable. Speaking about the same tour, people are talking about her knockoff version of Renaissance. She does love sparkle, she does love glitter, and we all know that. And people were kind of saying that, well, her Renaissance knockoff outfit is not giving, it's not it. And let me know, you guys, what you think about the wardrobe change. I mean, for someone with such a high budget, how also do you feel about the production? Because she was bragging, hey, and she said before that her tour had so much a bigger budget than other people's tours. So let me know in the comment section also what you think about that. Let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about Lauren Lorosa. At this point, Lauren, Lauren, she gives me really, really corny vibes, okay? So you guys know that Miss Red recently posted a video of herself just messing around in the studio, and she was remixing one of Michael Jackson's songs, and people were kind of saying it sounds a mess. She never officially put that song out, and Lauren LaRosa for some reason found it necessary to already contact the spokesperson for Michael Jackson's estate to basically ask what they thought about the remix. I get it, Lauren. You want to look like you're such a digger, you're such a journalist, but I'm like, this song is not even out. What are you doing? And she said, I exclusively spoke to a spokesperson for the Michael Jackson estate on Miss Red's recent cover of Beat It, and they were clear that the use of his music was unauthorized. A spokesperson for MJ's estate tells me we were totally unaware of this. And I'm like, so if they weren't aware, you, Lauren, went and told them that Miss Red is using Michael's song and she hasn't even released it officially. So what's the point in that? And it seems like a lot of people really do feel some type of way about this as well, because this is just drama for nothing. She didn't even officially release anything. It's no way. The song is not in any place, okay? So what are you doing, Lauren? And now I understand why there's revenge and thirst for Nicki Minaj to say something, because really it does seem like they don't have the news. That's why they do stuff like this. Like, what is this? I hope Miss Red cusses her out, because that was certainly unnecessary. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Speaking about the industry, Kai Senat is coming through, with some statement about what's been going on in his life. It seems like his friends are turning on him, and it seems like he might have cut off his friends, and some of them do not feel good about that, and so they are crashing out on the internet. But some of the crash outs, I have to admit that it's now beginning to give like PR stunt, like they are gonna launch something or promote something, because there is no way your friends are just gonna go like completely 180 on you like that. But this is what Kai had to say. He said, I just want to say this from my heart. It can be confusing to see news about me and the people around me that isn't true. I've been sharing my life on life for a long time now, and I know that once you share aspects of your life with the world, it can be hard to keep things in private. There have been rumors, speculations, and comments made about my previous relationship and my friends. I want to apologize for not addressing things sooner, but I need to take a step back from social media and process everything. People react to things in different ways. It is an emotional time and should have been handled privately. If there's ever something important, something real for me to address or say, you will hear it directly from me. You'll always hear it from me. Do not let the noise distract from that. This applies to everything in my life, my relationship, my businesses, my streams, everything. I wish the best to Gabrielle and ask to please respect both sides. I have to say that something has to be going on in as far as Kai is concerned, and there's probably a reason why she decided to take refuge in the people that are in the industry, because now some of the friends are threatening to show us who the real Kai is, tell us all who Kai is like and what he is like behind the scenes. That to me sounds like a young boy who probably made some mistakes and sought for covering in the wrong people, i.e., the industry. And once you seek coverage in them, you'll become basically their puppet. They will give you temporary protection, at least protection from the opinions of the world, but not protection when it comes to actually them, the gatekeepers. Now you become their mouthpiece. Now you use your influence for their benefits in exchange of them concealing whatever mistakes you're trying to hide from the world. And I do feel like if only artists would realize that it's better for your news to just come out in the open and live your life being authentically you, it's better, because once they get a hold of you, once they have authority over you, it's gonna depress you, it's gonna eat you up. And I do feel like strongly one of the reasons why Nicki Minaj was able to thrive in this industry is she did not look for them to cover any form of secrets or any form of scandals, that they thought she would be ashamed of. The brother situation, she said it before, that certain people said to her, if you just pay this much amount, we'll make your brother's situation disappear. Okay, now what people fail to understand is it's a temporary disappearance, but someone somewhere knows about it, and they're gonna hold it over your head for the rest of your life. And Nicki refused to pay. Nicki refused for that to be scrubbed off the internet, and that's when they started going on with the headlines that she supports her brother, she's like this, she's a PDF protector, because they couldn't get any dime from her. And they were trying to teach her a lesson that now, look, this is what's gonna happen. But guess what? Better now than later. They did that, and now they go around singing about that, but they do not have any secret to hold above her head. Because if they had that secret, Nicki wouldn't have the freedom to say whatever she wants to say right now. So if only young people who are getting into in the industry would understand that they will not conceal anything for your benefit. They will conceal stuff for them to just have control over you. They would understand better. But anyway, I will leave you with this lady that had a couple of things to say about Advocate and how, her eyes have been opened recently. Until my next one, see you.
We're going back to, I ask about this all the time because I need updates.
Inhale, exhale. When you and I last spoke about Cardi B,
You was a little on the fence about it.
I was giving her grace.
Yes.
Because she's young. She jumped in a marriage too fast, had all these babies, and I just said, because she seemed like a girl's girl.
Mm-hmm.
Despite everything she was going through, she was about women empowerment and all that. And I've seen an ugly side to Cardi over the last year. And my opinion of her has changed. Cardi for sure is a narcissist.
100%?
100%. Sociopathic.
Malignant?
I don't want to say malignant, but the colorists attacking dark-skinned women, I'm not with it.
Right.
And I'm light-skinned. I'm not with it. But you don't have the same smoke for the light-skinned women that talk shit about you, okay? Or the Selena Powell that's sitting up, that done slept with your baby father and is sitting up telling all his, everything that he confided in her, the pillow talking, she's sitting up and telling the world about it and talking about your children. But you have no smoke for Selena. There's another person called Tisa Tells. She does not go at light-skinned women the way that she does at dark-skinned women. Female narcissists are colorists. They're racist against their own if they're darker. And the darker ones hate on the light-skinned ones, and the light-skinned ones hate on the darker ones. That's just a trait of narcissism. You go back to the old Love and Hip Hop days when Cardi was on Love and Hip Hop, she attacked this gorgeous dark-skinned sister from the UK, Asia. And there was no need for it. It was the dude starting the trouble.
So you think she did that just because she's a colorist?
Yeah, closeted misogynist. Because it's like, and her homegirl is dark-skinned, the brim chick. Okay, whatever. Y'all go back in the day, but still, when you got on Love and Hip Hop, you went after that girl. You should have went after the dude. He stirred all the trouble. That dark-skinned girl from London or UK, she was gorgeous. Beautiful dark-skinned girl. And Cardi was just like out for blood. And I'm just like, where is all this venom and vitriol coming from? I know it's TV and you got to turn up, but it was over the top for this girl. So I see a clear pattern now where she flips out on dark-skinned women. And my opinion of her has changed drastically over the last year. And the Stefon Diggs stuff, divorce your husband first. You can't get mad when people are saying you had a revenge baby, because that's all it is.
That's what people are saying, yeah.
It's a revenge baby.